Okay, so I was just talking to somebody who'd had surgery and she's now in PT and I said, well, how's PT going? And she said, well, it's okay, except they keep telling me to engage my core and I have no idea what they really mean. And so I was thinking about that and we hear engage your core all the time. If you take yoga, Pilates, or PT maybe, or just in a weightlifting class. You hear it all the time in those settings, engage your core, engage your core. What does that mean? I mean, I think before I had done my yoga training, and if I had never had surgery and gone to PT, I would have just thought that engage your core means you kind of suck in your stomach. And in a way, that I would say, yeah, it's mostly true. You're just kind of sucking in your stomach. You're engaging, to engage your core means to activate these muscles in your core area. So your core area, is kind of like where you're a woman, your bra line here, but just under your kind of your breastbone. And I would say your core kind of starts at the bottom of your ribs here and then goes down probably to where your hips begin. And then it's all the way across your midsection and even over to the sides here. It kind of comprises your core. But really, your core is linked to your back muscles, it's linked to your hips, your core, everything's hooked up together. But to engage means to activate the muscles. So these muscles that are in this core area of your trunk, kind of in your belly and lower, these muscles could be either in a relaxed state, meaning there's no tension there at all, or they can be in a different state that's not fully relaxed. And if you're fully engaging your core, you're kind of tightening these muscles. But it all depends on how you engage your core, on what your goal is. What are you going to do after you engage your core? Why do you want to engage your core muscles? And so you need to know kind of where you're going after you engage your core to do kind of the proper engagement. Uh, but a simple way to start to learn how to engage your core, other than just sucking in your stomach, is or any muscle group, to engage any muscle group. This is what I learned after I've had a lot of surgery in my lifetime and a lot of PT, and I'm certified, in yoga. So the best way to start to connect and engage your body, different areas of your body, is to physically touch the muscle you want to engage. So let's pretend, well, we actually do have muscles here, but we don't usually talk about these muscles on the top of your arm. But let's say, and this is a good one to practice because we don't usually tense this part of our arm, but you can engage this muscle here. You just have to focus on it. So step one is touch the area you want to engage and use or activate. I'm just throwing in different words so that you get a sense of what we're doing here. So if I didn't touch here, it would be almost impossible for me to tighten this area of my arm because it's a little used area. It's not usually a muscle group that I'm working on right here. Uh, here, sure, under here, sure. But this here, there are absolutely muscles there, but what am I doing to engage these muscles? So first, step one is touch. Step two is to use your mind's focus. So you're focusing your mind on that area and focusing on the area where you feel yourself touching that muscle group. And so the actual touch is a reminder and a focal point for you, and then using your brain to focus there. So those two steps. And then you kind of send a command or a polite request to the muscles sitting under your fingers. And you just are asking them and focusing on them, like tighten. And it's really difficult here because it takes a while. So I would have to sit here for a while to really, I did it earlier because I was practicing it to see if I could do it. And like right now, I can feel myself doing it. Now the tension under my fingers is increasing. So I can feel myself locating with my mind's eye and focus this area. Now it's tight. Now I've tightened it. And now I'm kind of using the resistance of this muscle group to push against my fingers. But it took some neural pathway networking to get down there because it's not something I'm normally focused on. Your core is much easier. You know, we suck in our stomachs all the time. I mean, maybe not all the time, but we know what that is. But what if you just wanted to isolate? You can isolate. So remember the opposite of engagement is it's just relaxed. And a lot of time we're just walking around our core area is relatively relaxed. It's doing some work if you're moving around. Your muscles are absolutely contracting and lengthening as you move around without your awareness. But if you just stand still, you're kind of mostly kind of sort of relaxed in your core. I mean, your body's holding you up, but relatively relaxed. So let's say you wanted to isolate. This is a part of your core over here, but we just wanted to engage right here. So without just squinching your stomach in, you just do the same step process. You touch the area you want to engage and activate. Then you use your mental focus to focus on the area underneath your fingers. And then you just sort of send a polite request. And you're asking this particular muscle group right here, not anywhere else, just here, to start to activate. And you'll notice that as you focus on it, as you ask it to activate, it just starts to get tighter here. And you can learn how to put your mental focus on the area you want to activate or engage. And so now as I do it, as I'm talking, it's tight there. There's tension there and it's not relaxed. So I've engaged it. And then I can scoot over here and do the same thing over here. So right now, it's not totally relaxed, but it's not tight. And there's no six-pack going on here. But I'm going to just put my focus. So I've got the fingers there. I'm putting my mental focus there. And I'm just kind of asking that area to engage. When it's engaged, what it feels like is I can feel with my fingers that there's tension there. It gets more firm under my fingers. And I can even begin to, with these muscles, without moving my body, without doing anything, without pushing against my fingers with my body, this muscle group will start to, and I can do it now that I've isolated here. I've isolated just here, and I'm pushing this tiny little area of muscles against my finger. But it's over here, I'm pretty relaxed. So it's really just engaging here. So you can isolate tiny areas of muscle and engage them with precision. And so you can just suck in your whole, core area. And that's one way to do it. Or you can isolate. And I've learned to do this with my knees. I've had, 2 extensive knee surgeries, and to learn how to use my knees again and my legs and to walk and everything, I had to learn to isolate certain areas. And so that's exactly how I would do it. I would put my finger where I want, one specific muscle to learn to work again. So this is how you engage. This is how you activate muscle groups. I hope this helps somebody, but I just want you to know you can be very precise with this, and you have a lot more control than you know. And you can use it to your benefit, especially if you know why you're engaging your core. Why do you need this? Are you going to be working with your arms, your hips, your legs? What are you going to be doing once you engage? Then you know kind of where you need to engage more specifically. All right, I hope that helps.